Hey everyone, good afternoon. Today, me and Molly, we're here at the San Francisco Zoo. One of our favorite things to do when we come to the city is see their zoo. And today we're going to check out the San Francisco Zoo. Not a main, fancy entrance or anything. So we'll go show you what's around, see all the zoo exhibits and animals, and hopefully get to see some penguins. Here are a large amount of giraffes. They kind of walk into the shot here. This guy, you can only see his head. This must be the giraffe house over there, where the giraffes have a lot of room to run and play. And the backside of a zebra. I do love the trees that they have. Like, it feels, something like you've seen like a nature documentary. A couple of cool animals over here. You got African crown cranes, zebra, ostriches. I think everyone's getting ready to go in for the night. That's why they're all over here. Here's the zoo's gorilla enclosure. See a bunch of them just hanging out, relaxing, enjoying the cool April day we happen to be here on. Well, I know where we're headed next. Here's one of my favorite animals of anywhere, and that is, of course, the penguin. They got some African penguins here at the San Francisco Zoo, and they have a really big area, like different sections with pebbles they can play with, and then you can see a whole bunch of them swimming down there in the fountain. Oh man, this is cool. I love all the little penguin huts. Here's a better shot of all those penguins playing in this faucet area, going for a swim. Here's another one of my favorite animals. These are otters, North American river otters. Ooh, where'd he go? There he is. There's two of them in here, swimming around, playing. Also, guys, this zoo is going to get a big thumbs up from me because look at this. If you watch some of these videos, you know some of my favorite animals in the world, and river otters are one of them. He's so cute. But check this out. So right here, this is where the otters are, being all fantastically adorable. Oh. Yay! So here are the otters, right next to the penguins I showed you earlier. And then right next to the penguins over there is a stand that sells beer. I could stay here all day. Oh. Here's the hippopotamus getting out of the water. He was chasing some lettuce. And that is a very, very large animal. Here's the black rhinoceros. It looks like a smaller black rhinoceros. Normally these are a lot bigger animals, I think. But very, very pretty. That he could be on a postcard. Look at that face. Very impressive. Yeah. Here are the snow leopards. First of all, they're beautiful. And second of all, they have a ton. They have 3 snow leopards here at the zoo. Normally most zoos just have 1, so that's very impressive. And this guy is just staring right at me. Next section is the Australia Walkabout. Of course, the first thing at the Australia Walkabout would be kangaroos, and unfortunately they're kind of sleepy right now. It doesn't appear that they have too many of them. It looks like there's probably 5 or 6. I guess there's more sleeping in the back there, but they're not doing anything cool at this point. They do have a large amount of room to sort of hop around if they wanted to, though. One of the larger areas I've seen for kangaroos at a zoo. Oh, and there's an emu.
The emu.
I did not know the emu was there until the camera panned that way. He's much closer to the people. The zoo's home to a train, and this thing books. Train moves quickly. Wow. Here are the black bears, and there's 2 of them. I gotta say, that is a pretty small black bear. Not quite a cub, but it's gotta be far from full grown, I would think. And this train passes behind us. guy running by is a wolverine. Getting lots of exercise. That's really cool. Not an animal you've seen a lot of zoos, and then when you do see them, they're not overly active, I've noticed. But this guy, defying those, he's running around quite a bit, doing laps. Where is he? Here's a Mexican gray wolf here in Wolf Canyon. They just look like friendly dogs. I'm sure they're probably not. That's what they kind of look like. Ooh, I don't know where my camera's going. There we go. Cool animals. Terrible filmography. Hanging out now by one of Molly's favorite animals at the zoo. These are the tigers. They have a couple, but unfortunately, they're very sleepy cats. I will say one thing I like that they do. They have signs like this. So I guess this exhibit sometimes switches between tigers and lions to keep the animals on their toes. Here are the lions, doing like lions do, and they're just sleeping. Also, the lion exhibit is not the best.
Lions or tigers, they switch.
Yeah.
Now you can see why.
This guy's a sea foca from the island of Madagascar, and it looks like he's eating a carrot. And this is their indoor home. We have a nice big outdoor home as well over here. Some California grizzly bears right here. And there's two of them, and they're up and moving around. And this guy's a big bear. Wow. And now he's coming right up close to the window.
He's coming close.
The next exhibit is this weird looking building here. It's the South American Tropical Rainforest and Aviary. So the first thing I saw when we came in the aviary was this interesting exhibit here. They got goodies, which are these big rodent type creatures. We got a couple of birds flying around, and you kind of play Where's Waldo way up at the top, like good 20, 30 feet up. Is a sloth. This guy's cool. That's a Cayman lizard. So here's a look at the overall building. I believe there are some like free flight birds in here. Yep, there's one up there. And there's little ducks and stuff in the lake. Here's an animal you don't see at a ton of zoos. There's your pecaries, which are kind of like a, you know, a fuzzy pig. I like to think of them as like pig bears. And then I think of like Man Bear Pig from South Park, and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have called them pig bears. Here's a giant anteater, and these animals are so cool. Really, really neat. Not the biggest area for a good-sized animal, but they're so cool. This animal here, this large bird, is a greater ray. I think I'm saying that right. R-H-E-A. And it's also in an enclosure with a couple of one sleepy llama. And those are really big llamas, too. So I am not quite sure what exhibit is next, if this is the Great Ape Passage or pachyderms.
Great apes. Probably great apes.
If you guess great apes, then you are correct. And it's feeding time. Looks like they're doing a lot of construction work outside to probably give the apes a really cool habitat. Let's see if I can catch these guys. This is the lemur forest. And there's a whole bunch of lemurs in here. And I will say so far, like, this zoo has not been my favorite as far as like animal enclosures go, but this is like the nicest exhibit I've ever seen for lemurs. It is gigantic. All these fun trees they can play in. Right. Only a couple of lemurs in here, at least at this hour. It's starting to get cold. This section is the exploration zone. This is a very bizarre statue that greets you as you enter the exploration zone. Here is the prairie dog enclosure. And you can see some little guys over there. Those must be babies because they're so tiny compared to the other prairie dogs. Aww. Oh, those are definitely little guys. Prairie dogs are really cool. I like them a lot. Look how they stand up like they're people. They have so many here at the zoo. And right next to the prairie dogs, it's meerkats. I can only see one guy. I guess there's some movement in the bushes as this guy's on lookout. Not your average meerkat enclosure either. Normally these are like big deserty kind of things, and they have a lot of trees. At least there's one guy posing for us. Not anymore. That is such a fluffy little bunny. Look at the size of that pig. There's another one over here, but he's sleepy. The zoo is home to a pretty good-sized petting zoo area with, donkeys and goats and things like that. But one thing I really like is that they have areas that are roped off, so if the goats don't want to be bothered by people, just go hang out over here. Or if they want to get some attention, like that goat over there, you can just wander around. Get to be really close to a couple alpacas. We're on a bit of limited time here, so we're going to skip the insect zoo as I don't like bugs anyway. Yeah, bugs. Now here at the Red Panda treehouse, seeing one of my favorite zoo animals, the red panda, and he's awake. Normally you see these guys and they're always sleeping. But he's going around there eating grass. No. So check out this playground area. This is so impressive. It's got to be pretty modern, I would think, but it is massive. All these different climate ranges. And for mom and dad, you come over here and buy a beer. Hey Molly, what time is it?
Beer 30.
Yes! Beers and playground, exactly what you were expecting from this website. Drinking a local Anchor Steam beer. They did have a California Kolsch as well, but they were all out of that one. Are we at dead end? No, we're not. It connects over that way. All right, but beer's going to cost you about $10 here at the zoo. Now, one thing, when I come to a zoo or something like that, I don't mind spending a little bit more than I would somewhere else on beer or snacks because I know that money does go back to helping the animals. I will say it's a really pretty and pleasant zoo to walk around. Lots of big trees, open spaces, and dinosaurs. Yep, it's a prehistoric plant garden that we're in now. A couple of dinosaur statues. This exhibit is home to, I guess, one sad sea lion. But there is a sign explaining he's a rescue, kind of non-releasable candidate. So
there should be two.
There should be two.
Some are blind.
Aww.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad. The zoo has two different koalas. Unfortunately, both of them are asleep right now. You can't see their adorable little face. This one here doesn't have a sign. I want to say it's a kudu, but I might be wrong. Very, very pretty. There is a mandrill dipping down that way. They've got a couple of them in here. At least 3 that I can see. If you're coming to the San Francisco Zoo next year in summer 2020, we're going to have a big new exhibit for you all about the island of Madagascar. So that'll do it for our time here at the San Francisco Zoo. Overall, I thought it was okay. The biggest takeaway, they have a wonderful collection of animals. And a lot of animals look great, and they have a huge variety of animals. So I really like that part. I would say the zoo definitely, it feels older. Like I would expect a zoo in a major city like this, which had a pretty good attendance day. The parking lot was full. There was a bunch of people drinking $10 beers. Like I would expect them to be like other modern zoos and have a lot more modern exhibits, and they really don't. A lot of these exhibits, they felt not up to modern standards and not places animals should be come 2019. And that's not talking about like, I'm not one of these like crazy animal activist people. I'm just saying like compared to what other zoos do. As I love zoos, I go all the time. This is at least the 3rd or 4th one I've been to this month. So just coming at it from that standpoint. And also, the zoo's beautiful. Like, look at this area. There's no animals over here.
And they have huge areas to expand.
Yeah, they could build anything they wanted here. Yeah. Molly, what was any of your thoughts on it?
That's what I was going to say. They have so much room to expand.
Yeah, that if they wanted to, there's no excuse for them not to build. I mean, most of the exhibits, a lot of them had a lot of room. Some of them, like the noticeable ones, like the lions and tigers, that area felt very, very old. With the lions and tigers, and the hippopotamus.
Doing a new monkey house.
Yeah. So there was some good stuff, some not so good stuff. Admission price is $23, so it's not too crazy, especially for attractions here in Northern California. So I would say it's kind of fairly priced. And there's some good bits, some bad bits, but I still think this is probably worth check out. I mean, that Penguin Island was awesome.
It had a good collection of animals.
Yeah, and I mean, some of it, you know, some of them was like the nicest animal exhibit I've ever seen for those animals. Like when it came to the lemurs and the penguins, African penguins, I've never seen a better African penguin or lemur exhibit as far as size and things like that. So thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy your trip to the San Francisco Zoo if you're going to head out here. If you're just watching because you're one of our subscribers, thank you. And we'll see you all next time. Bye, giraffes.